Ladies and gents, welcome back. Jimmy McJuggerNuggets in the news again today. Jagmeet Singh cannot seem to keep his foot out of his mouth. We have here gas, groceries, rent prices are skyrocketing while New Democrats are fighting to put people before corporate profits. The Liberals refuse to take action to help Canadians. And the Conservatives, well, they're busy protecting their profits with well-connected friends. He's criticizing the Liberals that he's promised to vote alongside with and is, of course, doing so. Now, does this mean he's working to eliminate the carbon tax or maybe the GST, give some sort of tax break to Canadians immediately to create relief? Well, nope. New Democrats are working for everyday Canadians, not the super rich, which is why we understand Canadians need help now, not in a few months. Well, how are we going to get help right now? Well, well, let's just have a look. Let's see what he has to offer. And this is what he had to say on on the floor of the House of Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, 1 out of every 4 Canadian in this country is going hungry because they cannot afford their groceries. At the same time, corporations are making record profits. They're breaking record after record. Our plan is to tax the excess.
Noise erupts in Parliament. And yeah, it's laughter.
Ask the honourable member to start from the top so that we can all hear his question.
Of course, he puts it here. Laughing at Canadians are going hungry. Of course, that's the spin. What are we laughing at? What are we laughing at? We're laughing at, well, I'd say we. I think it's hilarious. I'm not a conservative. The media wants to tell people that I am. But I'm laughing with the conservatives here because they're laughing at the fact that he voted against lowering the carbon tax or getting rid of the carbon tax, even as a temporary measure. And he voted against removing the GST even as a temporary measure to help Canadians. And he's on there with platitudes saying, we need to go after corporations and the big powerful people. He's pulling a Bernie Sanders. It's going to go nowhere and nobody's going to vote for, probably on either side of the aisle, to be honest, because, well, they're all in on it. They're all in on the take, not going to lie. And that's why I don't call myself a conservative, because I think that's on both. That's a bipartisan thing.
Question, the honourable member for Burnaby South.
I just mentioned that Canadians are hungry, and I hear laughter in the chambers. Yeah. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Shame. How absolutely dare you?
Anything you want that, but the bottom line is very clear.
You?
When you cross the border illegally, you have given up the rights of this country.
Taken from them.
Anyway, so that's an old clip from Fox News. As Juggers here tries to shame them for laughing at what his horrible proposal.
While corporations are making record profits and are responsible for 1/4 of the inflation that Canadians are experiencing. Our plan is to tax the excess profits of these corporations and put the money directly into the pockets of Canadians who need it. When will this government stop protecting the wealth of these corporations and start standing up for families who need help right now?
Okay, so good question right away is, what's an excess profit? What is the definition of an excess profit, and how would they define that? So that's not clearly defined in law. So when you say things like, we need to tax the excess profit, so if a company makes X, how much too much is too much? And that's a big question. Now nobody's arguing that these companies aren't just making away like bandits. But the reason why they're making away like bandits is because of the policies of the government. It is because of the policies of the government. And if you're looking to get immediate relief for Canadians, it's not by taxing big businesses. They'll just take their business elsewhere, or it'll just drive the price up of fuel anyway. So if you raise the price on taxes or raise taxes on like Exxon Mobil or something, it's just gonna make gas prices go up even higher. But here we have some Twitter users, Dominic, saying Justin Trudeau had $12 million of taxpayer cash go to Loblaws and the billionaire Weston family for new freezers, but cannot roll back the carbon tax to give middle-class Canadians a break. And Jagmeet Singh is 100% okay with that. So, I mean, foot in, mouth, insert, and yeah, what do you do with it? What do you do with it at that point? Well, deflect. Deflect. Immediately get on social media and start talking about climate change. The climate change is having our... the impact of climate change is having on our oceans is undeniable. It's undeniable. There's no ability to deny the impact on our ocean. Sea levels are rising in Canada, and we have the longest coastline in the world. Those in coastal communities depend on oceans for their livelihoods. They are relying on our elected leaders to do better. We need to do better until we look at the coastline over time. This is what a catastrophic sea level rise actually looks like. So this is New York. We share the same coastline, by the way, as the United States. It's not a different coastline. It's not a different ocean. This is 1920 at the Statue of Liberty in New York City. That's 2020 at the New York Statue of Liberty. It's not a different statue. It's not a different ocean. The only sea change is a bunch of idiots claiming that sea levels have been rising. This is clearly not the case. We have Darshan Maharaj, sorry if I'm butchering your name, sea levels are rising, quote unquote. Of course, Jagmeet Singh doesn't know that in 1988, the rising sea levels were predicted to result in the island nation of Maldives and Tuvalu getting completely submerged by the oceans in 2018. They're still around. Tuvalu's landmass increased by 2.9% since. Amazing. And we even have Viva Fry jumping on here. Yep, the political and intellectual elite know better than everyone else, are clearly terrified of rising ocean levels. The Obamas reportedly just bought a $12 million house on Martha's Vineyard. Take a look inside the 7-bedroom waterfront mansion. Yes, right on the ocean front. So deflect is the name of the game. Insert foot and then pull foot out and then insert the other foot is the plan of action for Jimmy McJuggerNuggets, Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the NDP party and subversive dude for Trudy. Because, well, we have the coalition now. He's sticking around till 2025 because he just needs that pension, and all he's got to do to get it is sell you out. Anyway, that's all I have for you for this video this morning, and we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you tonight in the live stream at 6:30 Pacific time. Check your local listings. We'll see you then. Keep on trucking.